We stand today on the precipice of the most sweeping change to our nation's tax system in over 30 years. This is an historic moment as this distinguished body begins final consideration of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, tax reform that will help boost America's economy, create more jobs, and leave more money in people's paychecks. I've been led by one singular purpose: to help improve the lives of millions of hardworking American families, especially including the residents of my own state of Wyoming. I'm pleased at the outcome of our work because I believe it includes meaningful changes that will help individuals and families struggling to move up the economic ladder. The tax plan includes reforms that will help grow the economy, that will create more jobs, and that will simplify taxes. It provides American workers and families with an across-the-board tax cut and puts more money in the people's pockets. It lets Americans have a greater say as to how to use their hard-earned money. The changes will help small business in our communities thrive and encourage the largest multinational companies to remain in the United States, investing profits here instead of overseas. Not a bad wish list for Santa. I'm tired of the accusations that Republican budget hawks, and that definitely includes me, are willing to throw in the towel and accept a $1.5 trillion deficit over the next 10 years. I'm still a deficit hawk, and here's why. Claims to the contrary that this bill will go unpaid for are based on an incomplete analysis of the tax bill. The problem really isn't how much revenue we'll have under the new bill. I believe it will increase revenue as the tax cut did in the 1980s. The problem is spending. We never make budget cuts. In Washington, a cut in the budget brings screams if an agency or program doesn't get as much as it requested, even if it gets more than it ever had before. That's not a budget cut, but that's how it works in Washington. So we need a new approach. We need to grow the economy. We need businesses to do well so more tax money will come in. We need individuals to make more so more tax money will come in. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act will help our economy expand. It will provide tax relief to hardworking Americans and make changes to our tax code that businesses large and small need to boost the economy and create jobs. But ultimately, we know that increased revenues alone are not going to solve all our long-term budget and debt problems because Washington's real problem isn't revenue. Washington has a spending problem. In closing, I again remind my colleagues of the words of President Reagan, quote, "Let's not let this magnificent moment slip away. Tax relief is in sight. Let's make it a reality. We can do it. And if you help, we will do it this year," end quote.